Coming up, after a very long wait, Minecraft is coming to Nintendo Wii U. Bebop and Rocksteady are appearing in the next Ninja Turtles film. That sounds cool. And here's why Final Fantasy VII should be episodic. All that and more right now on Up at Noon. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Up at Noon Live.
Hi.
Welcome back.
How are you?
Once again.
What you wearing?
I'm Max Scoville.
Sorry, that got inappropriate.
What are you wearing?
I'm Brian Altano. This is Max Scoville.
How dare you come
This is Up at Noon. We're wearing our IGN's premier weekly comedy variety show. There aren't any other shows like that here, so we can just call it premiere. We're number one in the list of one.
Also, we don't know what that word means.
Not at all.
Sounds
I actually
French
put
and
an E
erotic.
at the end. Premier.
Yeah, premiere. Yeah, so we got a good show lined up. I like that we're dressed like buddy cops.
When are we not?
I mean, like, we do two different versions of buddy cop. We do the two bad cops who are just bad at their jobs.
Yep.
And then we do the, like, I'm like kind of the Rosewood to your Axel Foley right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a fat Bruce Willis.
I mean, all right, that works. Come out to the coast, we'll have some laughs. Speaking
Come out
of
to the coast,
some,
we'll have some pizza.
hey, a pizza pie.
I'm stuck in the ventilation shaft, just eating food by myself.
I feel like a TV dinner.
It got dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so if you're watching this on something, that's great. There's other things you can watch it on different from whatever it is you're watching it on.
It's so weird that we tell them that all the time.
It's really confusing. Basically, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch, we are on PS4, Xbox One, and Roku, as well as IGN One, which is basically the IGN channel. It's IGN.com/IGN1, and it's just a constant. Is it 24 hours?
Yeah, it's 24 hours. It's like what MTV used to be. So watch it now, because in 7 years it's just going to be like pregnancy shows, and it's going to get weird. That's how we do it.
Pregnancy shows, if we're lucky. Holding out. You can also tweet us. We've got a cool hashtag that we invented. It's very imaginative. It's hashtag Up at Noon, and we like to track that like weird drone warriors throughout the internet.
Yeah.
Using our cyber skills.
Spell that with a letter U and then Pat Noon. U Pat Noon.
Yes, the University of Pat Noon. Pat Noon was a frontiersman who we very much respect. That's why we named our show.
Big, huge shout out to our sponsor this week, Condescending Gorillas. They're looking at you right now. They don't like what they see. You know why? Because you need to get it together.
Now, we have a very special guest this week. Come out. Come on.
It was so awkward. Hey, who can... All right.
It's Anthony Carboni.
Oh, hey, Anthony Carboni, everybody.
Hey, so for those of you guys who
smooth like butter.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't have a ramp for you to just wheel up, so.
This is actually a really.
I was gonna come up on my soldier board.
Like here, check this out.
Just roll on through.
Soldier boards are made from real Soldier Boy. Did you know that?
There's a board back here. You can like fall off your chair.
Every soldier board has a drop of Soldier Boy's blood in it.
Come forward,
and that's how it runs smoothly.
What are soldier? Are those fake hoverboard things?
Yeah.
Did you see the video the other day of a guy that went into a store and stole soda on one of those things?
No, but I bet he looks so cool doing
Did
it.
they send Segway cops to catch him?
He just grabbed the soda and just.
It's kind of terrifying how much of idiocracy is coming true.
Yeah.
There's so many pits on this stage.
It's really kind of a terrifying.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you
for coming on.
Anthony, who are you? For those of you who are just tuning in, people might have seen you recently on the PlayStation PSX live stream.
I hosted PlayStation Experience this past weekend with Meredith Molinari and the guys from the PlayStation blog. I had a show on TV called Three Scientists Walk Into a Bar. I did a daily show called D News. Worked on a little thing called Rev 3 Games. Have you ever heard of that, maybe?
Maybe.
Anybody?
And then coming up, you just announced this recently, you're going to be doing something that we're jealous of you for.
Yeah, I'm going to be, on the 14th, I'm going to be on the red carpet for the world premiere of The Force Awakens with Andy Gutierrez from StarWars.com, David W. Collins, the voice of literally every animated Star Wars character. Wow. The three of us are going to be live. You can just go to StarWars.com on the 14th at 5:30, and we're going to be grabbing everybody as they come in. We have literally positioned ourselves in such a way that Harrison Ford cannot ignore me.
Is it
cannot ignore me forever, Harrison
That's pretty cool.
Ford.
You get to talk to these people that we've really been wanting to talk to.
That's like the end of
team got to talk to them, but we don't.
You know the end of 300 where they funnel everybody into that one tunnel and kill them? Mm-hmm. You're gonna do that with Star Wars?
With annoying Star Wars questions.
I'll be the last thing that Carrie Fisher sees.
I gotta say, we're very jealous. No. I kind of want to kick your butt.
Wow.
Like, just on principle, but I won't because I'm happy for you. You know.
Thank you.
Things.
I'm crazy excited. I am crazy excited.
Yeah.
I can't believe I get to do this.
So we're gonna talk about Star Wars some more because that's all we do here. Mm-hmm. And we've got probably some dumb questions for you. I'm sure you guys watching at home do. Where did you get that
hair, the shirt. A lot of great questions. Where'd you get that shirt? It's sort of a Star Wars question, but it's a Star Wars shirt.
Yeah, this was a shirt that I got at Celebration when I was I hosted the Celebration live stream, and this was they have like a store that is like just stuff you can get at Celebration.
So there you go.
So I got this shirt and I got a Salacious Crumb Clock where his tail wags.
Cool. Oh, I saw that.
Okay, so like I said, we're gonna come back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
We do have some very pressing matters, some stuff we have to address. The Minecraft is coming to the Nintendo Wii U.
Why is that like the first time you ever said any of this word?
Hi everybody, I'm your aunt. I'm here to mispronounce your favorite things.
Yeah, everybody, it's me, Miak Skelville. I'm here to talk about Minecraft, Mario, and the Wii U.
It says on his Amazon wish list he wants a Minecraft.
He wants Minecraft? I didn't see it, Marty Minecraft? What is that?
Yes, this is really cool. It's sort of a better late than never scenario. Obviously, Minecraft is like pretty much literally everywhere else.
Yeah.
But Wii U.
Yeah.
We were actually going to do an interview about Minecraft today. It fell apart at the last minute, but we figured it's a big story. We'll talk about it anyway. This is really cool. It actually comes with all of the DLC that we saw on the console versions. So you get all the Star Wars skins. You get like, who else is on there? Scooby-Doo, Simpsons, stuff like that. So I'm wondering, like, when do we get Mario? When do we get Luigi? When do we get like block versions of those guys? I know that like they're Nintendo's very controlling of that brand. Like, I remember when the Wii U launched, it was a Scribblenauts game, and they said, oh, we'll put Nintendo characters in it. But the entire game was about applying adjectives to these characters to turn them into different versions of each other, which didn't work on Nintendo characters because Nintendo was like, nope, you can't make a zombie Luigi or a fat Mario, because those things are, no one can possibly envision those things.
I mean, Mario's pretty hefty in general.
Yeah, I know.
He's pleasantly plump.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's pear-shaped.
they're going to make
good.
some announcements
I like
about
that.
this. Obviously, like a big Minecraft update is kind of like might as well be a new Minecraft game.
Yeah.
Kind of don't know what they're doing. There's some stuff they wanted to say tight-lipped about. That's what the interview was going to be about.
Yeah. So one of the things they did talk about, which actually really kind of disappoints me as a guy that loves my Wii U, is that the gamepad is only going to mirror the television screen rather than work as like an entire full-fledged inventory.
That was the weirdest thing to me.
Right?
It would have made the most sense just to have your crafting and inventory right down there.
Yeah.
It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I don't understand why that wasn't. That's two ships passing in the night at this point. So hopefully it's something they patch down the line. Right now, I kind of feel like anyone still making a Wii U game in 2015 or 2016, it's like, oh man, good on you. Like, really rolling those dice.
I mean, there's a lot of kids out there who kids don't always get the new hardware.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty of kids who have Wii U's and they're gonna play them for years.
Yep.
They're gonna still play with that. And having Minecraft on there is like a whole big giant infinite box of Lego. So
Yeah.
that's cool news. In terms of big news for adult gamers, one of the hot things to come out of
Wait, you saying
PSX.
Minecraft's not for adults?
Shut
I'm
up,
an adult. I play it 100
Shots
hours.
fired.
Just stop it. We're going to talk about a very serious game for actual adults. And it's called Final Fantasy VII. It's for grown tough guy men. It's a real gritty game.
Put the kids to bed.
Anthony, I did a panel with you at PAX where you said that this was your favorite game of all time. Right?
Nope. We did a panel that was called Your Favorite Game Sucks.
Yeah.
And we all took like one very popular game that for whatever reason we just never got into, couldn't figure out why felt like I was taking crazy pills when somebody played it,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I forget what you chose, but
I chose Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And no, Final Fantasy VII has never been one of my favorite games at all.
Yeah.
But I have to say that I was really excited by the trailer that they released at PlayStation Experience because of some of the changes that I think are kind of scaring people who have been longtime fans of the game. I enjoy the fact that they've kind of changed it over to like a modified Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts kind of combat system. I like that stuff. It's kind of making it more interesting for people who weren't originally into the game.
Yeah.
And the game, it's aged just as well as any other game
Pretty
from
much.
the time.
I
You
think
know?
a lot of people forget that. Like, I mean, I played Ocarina of Time again recently on 3DS, and like a lot of it holds up, and a lot of it doesn't. That was just sort of the era, and it's kind of sometimes it's okay to leave that stuff behind, and other times it's better to kind of return and see it. But this is if you're gonna come back to this game, this is the way to do it. That being said, it's got an episodic release now.
There's
right?
the big thing.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of stuff to modernize this, clearly. Episodic release seems like the thing that people have the hardest time with. I'm totally in support of it. The argument they're making is that this means we get to play it sooner rather than later because they don't have to make this giant, 100-hour RPG all in one piece. They can make several smaller pieces and release them as they're done. We don't know if they're going to be, kind of trickling them out.
Yeah.
They're going to be made supposedly by different studios. We know that CyberConnect is attached to one of them. They do like the Naruto games.
Yeah, they did Dot Hack back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're a solid
good
studio.
stuff.
Yeah.
So actually, kind of like I want like a what was that Tarantino movie where he was part of 4 Rooms,
Yes.
where it was like each director handled a different chunk of it. That would actually be really cool for Final
It's
Fantasy
just
VII.
Cloud and 4 stylistically different games.
Where you get like Suda 51 does one of them and he just goes insane with it and people are like, what have you done?
Now,
Yeah.
I don't mind the episodic release in terms of like, look, this is a gigantic game. We want to do it justice, but we also want to make sure that you're able to play it sometime before 2027. Like, fine. In terms of that, I understand releasing it as episodic. The thing that kind of scares me is, okay, so if the first thing is, Midgar.
Yeah.
Okay, what happens 3 episodes later? Can I still go back to Midgar? What happens during Endgame when the last 10 hours that anybody's last 10 hours in Final Fantasy VII are, I'm going all the way back around the map,
Yep.
like tying up all the loose ends, doing all the stuff I didn't get to do, maybe spending like 5 hours in the Golden Saucer, maybe I'm gonna spend 20 hours breeding chocobos.
Right.
Can I still do that stuff, or is this gonna be a much more linear experience? How much is this being completely reimagined?
Well, let's look at the term episodic. I think a lot of people are seeing this and thinking immediately like Telltale games, how they approach stuff, where they're like, yeah, you get a chunk of the story. I think this is going to be much more like installments. This is going to be like a season of a TV show rather than a TV episode, They're not going to be like, here's a 3-hour experience from Final Fantasy VII. There are 270 more of these to go. Like, it's going to be a little bit more, I think, tighter than that. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're all still just speculating, but like, I like the idea.
Episode 693, Vincent Valentine looks out a window and stares at the rain for
That'll
3
be
hours.
$12.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments and on the various social media channels. We love to hear that stuff.
right.
Now back to stuff for children.
You gotta stop
Or-
doing that. You
or
really gotta
adults.
stop- All entertainment is for everybody if you're okay with who you are.
Except for the stuff that's got Hooters in it. You can't show that to kids. It's bad news.
Owls or turds.
Yes. If you show a child an owl, it will scar them forever because their heads turn around too much.
Stay tuned
It
after the show for
scares
my
them.
new game show, Owls or Turts.
Yeah. All right. So,
Everyone in the room shaking their heads at that one.
Okay.
You can't see that at home. Let's talk about the Good Dinosaur.
yeah, Pixar's last movie, The Good Dinosaur.
Yep.
People seem to
This is their last one.
like it okay.
it.
It did okay.
It's their final
Yeah.
movie.
It's it. They
yeah.
said after the Good Dinosaur, they will no longer make.
They wanted
any
to call it The
cartoons.
Last Dinosaur, but
Yep.
Denver had that title.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's got a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is like, so that's great. That's really good for most studios. That's a kind of that's a huge thing to do. For Pixar, it's a little low. Like they
Yeah.
actually and it's only because their average is usually 100.
Yeah.
You know,
Pixar
like-
is the kid in your class who is on the soccer team and plays the violin and gets really sad when they get an A- on the quiz.
Yeah, and then someone in the parking lot tries to fight him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a black belt."
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, why?
Pixar is the child who makes your dad cry. Like
So-
he's a very tough.
So for
guy.
reference, Toy Story 3 has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a popular review aggregate site. So that's not really the big issue. I think the quality is, it's up there for what you expect for Pixar. The main issue with this movie is that they need to make $500 million back on it, and that's probably not going to happen.
That sounds like too much money.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of money,
That
right?
sounds like more money than there is. in
It
the
does sound
world.
like more. So the problem with this movie is that
How much money do you think there is in the world?
like period.
Right now.
I think there's really only about 250 actual dollars. Yeah, it's just they get shuffled around. It gets shuffled around real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen more than.
That's why if you put
$250
money
at
in your
once.
mouth, you get sick.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of people do, they do that trick from Friday where they just start counting the money upside down. They
Mm-hmm.
fold it in a different way. So basically, the movie had a production budget of $200 million and $150 million on marketing. Industry analysts and executives say that Pixar and its parent company Disney must make $500 million to break evenly. Currently, the film has $131.3 million, and it's fading fast. I'm getting all this from the Variety story, all this. So, I mean, obviously, you can make this money back domestically and internationally, and you can make it back on Blu-ray, and then you could hide the movie in the vault for 10 years and pull it back out and get kidults to buy it again for the 4th time or whatever. Then there's toys, which is weird. There's really not a whole lot going on there.
Yeah, but I mean, Disney already factors in for that stuff.
Right.
And so they need a break. They need at least a break even.
Yeah.
To meet their projections.
Does Disney just suck at dinosaur movies? Because they had that movie Dinosaur back in like 2000, and that didn't do so hot either, did
Right.
it?
Right.
Maybe they just get it wrong.
That little boy acts like a dog.
He does. That's the whole
I
thing.
like it.
Yep.
I get it.
So what's interesting about this is that this is the same year where one of the highest grossing films of all time was a dinosaur movie.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was Jurassic World,
Yep.
aka The Bad Dinosaurs.
No, actually, that was Tyler Perry's I'm a Dinosaur. It's not a movie.
I didn't see
movie at
that
all.
one.
He plays the dinosaur, and he also plays Time.
He plays
Okay.
7 other
a
dinosaurs.
canyon.
Yeah.
Incredible. Amazing actor.
Also, the meteor he plays.
Yeah.
that
But
kills
maybe the moral of the story is that people don't want
It's me, Tyler Perry.
He said his titular line is "See you later, alligator." What are we doing with our lives? So anyway, so let me ask you guys: Is this the first Pixar flop? Will this be? Like, are they heading down a dark path?
No, this is just the same way that Pixar expects $500 million. Everybody expects perfection out of them. So the fact that they're not reaching the highest, most magical goal in the world makes
Yeah.
everybody want to like do a hit piece on Pixar.
Right.
Because they very rarely flounder. I think the last time they floundered was like A Bug's Life, got like a little bit of like weak critical reception, but still made a ton
This
of
is
money.
like that time that Taylor Swift farted.
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
It was charming when Taylor Swift farted.
Yeah.
Everything she does is charming.
there were a lot of think pieces about that fart.
There
though.
were.
A lot
It sounded
of-
like
yeah.
dubstep.
You wish your squad could fart like Taylor's squad.
No, it's kind of like when like they write a story that like 50 Cent has to sell one of his 40 houses, and you're like,
He has to sell his crystal skull.
you'll be
finally.
okay.
Like, oh,
It's crystal skull.
yeah, also, I mean, they've got Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4, and is there a Cars 3 on the way?
Yep.
There's all those things are
They
happening.
made
Yeah.
a planes.
Yeah. They didn't
like
do planes.
No,
That was somebody else.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they did
It
like
was
a
just
direct-to-video
It was
planes.
Disney's
That wasn't
planes.
Pixar. That was
Oh
Disney.
wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Anyway,
the Care Bear cousins.
it's been like 12 minutes since we talked about Star Wars, so we're going to talk about Star Wars.
And my hands are shaking.
Are you right?
It's
Obviously,
been 12 minutes, man.
a whole lot of people will argue endlessly about
Quick,
how
hand me some branded cereal.
we gotta. Your Star Wars sugar is low. We've got to get you some Star Wars real quick.
Help.
Here, have
Just
some.
pour it on the
On
table.
the table like a trash dog.
Okay, so
Nom, nom, nom,
we're gonna
nom,
have
nom.
some nice Star
That's
Wars
how you
snacks.
that's how you get the job of hosting Star Wars.
Yeah.
I feel better now.
Do we have a crane?
Yeah, we got
this shot of us dumping cereal on a table. What a useless, what an unbelievable miscalculation of technology this was. Here we go. These are in
It's
all of your
pretty
favorite
good.
shapes. There's Wu-Tang logo. There's Bear Claw, Red Rocket from Baby Dog, and then there's a Trash Gremlin.
They got a Batman here. You can see that.
Yep.
It's just Batman is a baby Batman though.
This is a Native American arrowhead.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not supposed to remove those from the box. You have to leave them where they are. It's a federal offense.
You tuned into a show where 3 adult men are eating cereal off of a table.
Yeah.
When was the last time this table was
Yeah.
cleaned?
Not in a long time.
Stupid question.
Yeah.
What's the right order to watch the Star Wars movies in?
Order of release.
Yep. That's what I think.
Yeah, so you go episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
However,
Okay.
I will say that I do give a lot of credence to the machete order because I tried to have. I love my wife. My wife is
My
the most-
wife.
My wife. She's the most wonderful woman in the
Nice.
world. She doesn't want to watch a Star Wars. I can't get her to watch
She's
Star
not into
Wars.
it.
I tried to get her to watch before Celebration. I was like, "Let's go. You're
Yep.
gonna love these." She's like, "No, I don't want to watch them. I don't want to do it." I was like, "No, you're gonna like it. We'll watch it." And I put on A New Hope, and like, if somebody hasn't seen it yet and they are a grown adult,
Yeah.
and they are not super into sci-fi and that kind of stuff anyway,
It's tough, right?
A New Hope is kind of a tough movie for them to watch.
Yeah.
It's a little slow in the beginning, and then it's kind of like it's setting up this world, and if that world isn't immediately interesting, we're so used to the pacing of movies today that she just couldn't get into it. The other problem with people when people haven't seen Star Wars is they've seen all of the parodies and jokes about
Right,
Star
yeah.
Wars.
So I had that with the, believe it or not, as a fat Italian, I had that with The Godfather growing up, where like I didn't see it until I was like 25 because I felt like I'd seen it like through zeitgeist.
Brian was like, "You don't put a horse in somebody's bed for that."
Why would you do that?
That's
insane.
factually incorrect.
I had that with 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Yeah.
which is great because all the parts that it's being satirized left and right. I've gotten context for that, and like I'd seen it when I was a kid, but that's not a movie you watch as a kid because it's really out there.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's like a 10-minute stretch that nobody ever tries to satirize, or if they did, I didn't get it. Like I didn't get that reference, the stuff that The Simpsons hadn't done, basically.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man.
So
It's real weird.
So there
Yeah.
are people that say, like, and I read this stuff all the time through Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. People are like, "Oh, Star Wars is coming out. Really excited about it. My significant other, my brother, my friend has never seen it. I'm going to show him Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6." And I'm like, "No, don't."
I think
because
that's
it's
totally
like,
wrong.
One is the worst. That's not even debatable. Actually, 2 might be. But they're all watchable to a degree. 4, 5, and 6 are the ones you really need to see, especially to catch up to the new one.
What'd you get, a Bulbasaur?
So I took a Yoda and I made a crazy alternate telling of Empire where Luke gets sick of his crap and stabs him in the face with a lightsaber.
Wow.
I would watch that. So speaking of stabbing things in the face and cutting them up, what is the machete order? What is the order?
The machete order is. Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
so it's
you skip one because one
You
is
can. That's a modified
debatable.
machete
Yeah.
order. Yeah.
So basically, machete order is you watch episode 4,
Yeah.
you're introduced to Star Wars the way everyone else was. Then you watch episode 2, you're introduced to, episode Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you, basically, the second it's revealed that Luke's father is Vader, you're like, who is this character? And then you watch either 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3.
So you basically have like a.
What was he like as a boy? How does he
Yeah.
feel about sand?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
You have to
getting
go
like
back
a
and you
text.
find out.
And if you're
you have
watching
a war flashback, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you have Jedi, and it's the resolution to everything.
Right.
And it's interesting. I've done it. I basically I bought the prequels on Blu-ray just to be like, what the hell? Why not?
Yeah.
And I will give it one thing. It makes Jedi have way more of a punch. It is kind of a trudge to get through all the prequels after doing Empire because you're like, man, Empire's just perfect.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, super bomb bad time. Let's do this. But I mean, it's interesting. I love the way you can rearrange these things.
Yeah.
And they all none of them are real. They're all pretend stories that they made serial based on.
Yeah,
So it's kind of.
But I do think there's if you're introducing somebody like so.
Yeah.
Okay, by the time you saw Machete Order, you were so ingrained in this. Like you'd
Yeah.
seen the prequels in theaters. You had toys. You had tattoos and stuff like that. You're in deep. But I think if you're showing somebody something for the very first time, I think you have to go with the theatrical release.
I completely agree.
Yeah, you lose a lot of the dramatic tension because it's all about the Vader reveal.
Right.
It's all about the Vader reveal.
Yeah.
So when you don't get that, when you're just like, oh yeah, that's that kid. He was a wacky buddy cop in a
Yep.
flying car. Like I remember him.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it.
I actually.
at all.
And I think the modified machete actually, even though people kind of debate whether that works or not, I think if you really know that somebody's not latching on and super in love with it the way you are, but they want to watch through it, you can definitely like skip one and be like, okay, we can go back and watch one if you want to.
Yeah.
If you're curious.
Because
yeah.
you kind of get the gist.
Which I like, right? The fact that like so you show them the original trilogy, and then if they get into it, you can be like, there's more of this. It's not as good, but there's still cool stuff in there. Like it's definitely worth watching as a Star Wars fan.
What do our fine viewers think over on Twitch? Do we have any feedback there?
Zoker says, I hate sand. It's coarse and it's dry and it makes my acting
That
wooden."
not helpful.
Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
A lot of people asking where Naomi is this week. I don't know, probably the same place she's been every week, not on the show. She hosts the Daily Fix.
Yeah.
She has her own show. Do people
answer.
bother? Do people go on her show and say, where are Brian and Max?
No, actually, when we go on that show, they get mad that she's not there.
That's
you
true.
Put some Star Wars
Yeah,
cereal
she
together.
Where is the girl?
That's the best part of waking up right
Nice
there.
work.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
X-wings in your cup. Okay, so we didn't actually get a straight answer. I think I saw somebody say 1, 2, 3 Clone Wars and then the new ones. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyway.
Everyone has their own theory for this.
Yeah, I do like them because they're movies that do hold up to rewatching
Yeah.
because there's so much information jammed in there.
SOT Nis says, what is Machete, the Danny Trejo movies? That's right. After A New Hope, you watch Machete 1 and 2.
It's part of the
And then you watch Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. And then you take a Machete to the original, to the prequels. And you're good.
I was shocked that when they rebooted the Star Wars universe, they kept the machete movies in there.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah. It's very weird to like right after the scene in Jedi where they all celebrate to watch Machete 2.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan is great in
seems-
Star Wars.
That's
though.
what
I love that.
that's what they all do to
Hilarious.
celebrate Life Day. They all
Yeah.
get together
And what you
on a
have
couch.
to do right before The Force Awakens, you need to watch the theatrical run of Grindhouse, which showed the original trailer for the movie Machete, which was just a concept at the time.
Okay. So I was watching. I've been rewatching the Star Wars movies because that's what you do. I learned some trivia, reading some books and stuff, and apropos of nothing, here are 5 things you didn't know about Emperor Palpatine. Please don't throw cereal in my face while I'm trying to host my show.
I believe in you.
What was
It
that?
got sticky.
So one thing that they've done recently, if you watch the Star Wars original trilogy on Blu-ray, there is a big scene, the first appearance of Emperor Palpatine. Back then he was just the Emperor. It's in Empire Strikes Back. Funniest thing about that, let's take a look. This is what he looked like originally. Show the picture of the. There it is. Okay, so this is really amusing because we
He's
know.
wearing hilarious novelty glasses.
Yeah, Ian McDiarmid. Well, it's actually weirder than that. Ian McDiarmid played him in Return of the Jedi and then all the prequels, and he's since been basically superimposed over this scene. But this original scene, the first appearance of the Emperor ever was makeup artist Rick Baker's wife with foam latex makeup all over her head and they superimposed chimpanzee eyes. So that's her. That's them in the chair with that. And
Who's
then
that cool dinosaur dad standing behind her there?
That's I forget what they're called. That's the first Cantina alien you see, or one of them.
Okay.
So they put chimpanzee over as you could sort of see what that might have looked like.
Wait, like a real.
They were like, how should the
chimpanzee?
emperor look? They're like, I don't know, take my wife and give her crazy monkey eyes and glue stuff to her face.
That's how I've always envisioned the character. Okay,
They
Rick.
decided to go back and replace the emperor, of course, with Ian McDiarmid, who we know and love. Now, here's a weird piece of trivia about Ian McDiarmid. A lot of people know that Dennis Lawson, who played Wedge Antilles, is the uncle of Ewan McGregor. What's really funny is that these guys actually went to school together. They are, maybe not the same age, but they're contemporaries. I mean, they were in the same acting class. How does that work? How do you have like the Emperor Palpatine and like hotshot X-wing pilot Wedge Antilles?
I don't know, but that's a Disney Channel show I'd watch.
Yeah.
You throw
There's
that
a-
on Disney XD, and I am there.
There's a buddy cop show right there.
Yeah.
I
Also,
wanna
Wedge
see it.
Antilles looks like Adam Driver's Looper in that picture.
Yeah, I could see that. Here's a cute picture. Do I have the cute picture? I lost the cute picture. Anyway, here's not a cute picture. This is an awful picture. Here's Senator Palpatine, or Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, or whatever. Allegedly, rumor has it, nobody ever actually steps up and says this stuff. We've learned that our old favorite Bib Fortuna, his name comes from a literal bib for tuna when feeding a baby. Apparently,
When George Lucas was feeding his daughter, he needed a bib for tuna.
Right.
Which
that's where the name comes from. Ruins your fun.
bums me out in like 50 levels.
Here's a way more interesting namesake. Apparently, Senator Palpatine's name comes from Senator Palpatine in Taxi Driver. That's of course the Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese movie about the 70s and how terrifying it was.
That's right.
What's funny though is that De Niro has this crazy gun up his sleeve thing that he makes in the movie, and that's of course also how Palpatine pulls out his lightsaber. So, was Senator Palpatine inspired by Taxi Driver? Who knows? But it works for this list video. All right, next, of course, Yoda, Palpatine, they hate each other, they fight in a big room full of chairs. What's funny, though, is that Ian McDiarmid actually showed up in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels as the snooty butler, which was directed by Frank Oz. So apparently Palpatine and Yoda don't have a huge problem getting together in real life because they are both fictional characters played by actors who are pretending to be good and evil. Imagine that. Speaking of acting,
Okay.
one of the most recent things Ian McDiarmid did was voice the Angry Birds version of the Emperor, and he said, "Welcome to the pork side," because he is a bad piggy.
I've heard that said in other films.
Yeah, that's a different film you're not allowed to talk about on IGN.com.
That's not canon.
Anyway, that's all you need to know
That's not
about
canon.
Emperor Palpatine. That's everything you have to know about that fine character. What's your favorite fact about Ian McDiarmid and/or Emperor Palpatine? Let
Who
us
has
know.
that? No one has.
What's your favorite thing about Ian McDiarmid?
We have to be careful how we say things like, this is the 5 things you have to know about Emperor
No,
Palpatine.
but you learned something there. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter, but you did.
You did. You
All
learned
right.
today.
Now, speaking of learning stuff about Star Wars, we have a new video right here. I do this little show called Cram Session, which is all about checking out new stuff you might not be familiar with. Star Wars is not science fiction, it's space fantasy, because the 70s was a weird time. Let's take a look. With so many games and movies and comics and shows and books and toys and albums and other pop culture stuff, it can really be downright overwhelming knowing where to start, but I'd like to help. Welcome to Cram Session. I'm Max Scoville. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, let's get this out of the way. At this point, I think everybody knows what Star Wars is. It's been around for almost 40 years, and they're making new movies again. Meanwhile, if you're reading IGN, I imagine you might have noticed an article or two about Bungie's shared world space opera, Destiny, and whether you're interested in these properties or sick and tired of hearing about them, well, good news, because I've got some other stuff you should also check out. The one big thing that Star Wars and Destiny have in common is that they're by no means hard sci-fi. They are space fantasy and/or space operas. They don't really use the idea of space travel and advanced technology to speculate what might be possible. They're using it as a means of telling a fun story. Now, by no means are they the first forms of popular fiction about adventures in the stars, so I'm not aiming to be comprehensive here, but I'm just cherry-picking a few cool, fun bits and pieces. Hey, speaking of cherry-picking a few bits and pieces, have you ever read Dune? A lot of people consider it the greatest science fiction series ever written. It's been adapted as a movie, a couple of TV miniseries, a comic book, and some games, but it's really never been done justice anywhere but the traditional printed page. Unless, of course, you want to count Star Wars. Look, I love Star Wars, but George Lucas was not shy about borrowing from Frank Herbert's universe. Both stories involve psychic wunderkind teenagers on desert planets dealing with mysterious sand people, giant worms, and big fat bad guys who are obsessed with spice. The novel Dune is incredible, but if you're looking for fast-paced action, it might disappoint because it is a bit wordy. Meanwhile, the David Lynch-directed movie
leaves a lot to be desired in spite of some very funky visuals. Now, beforehand, it was going to be directed by Alien and Blade Runner director Ridley Scott, and before him, it was in the hands of the incredibly weird and very cool director Alejandro Jodorowsky. There's a documentary about the Dune movie that almost was that's called Jodorowsky's Dune, and it's actually more interesting and watchable than the regular Dune movie that actually exists is. One of the guys who was involved with Jodorowsky's Dune project was, of course, French illustrator and comic book artist Jean Giraud, aka Mobius, and if you're drawn to surreal sci-fi, space-age fantasy, you need to check out some of his work. I would recommend reading The Incal, which Jodorowsky actually co-wrote, or on a weirder note, check out Mobius's Arzak. It's about a guy who flies around on a pterodactyl. If Mobius's work is too weird for you, but you like the combination of magic and space travel and some occasional nudity, go check out Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I know a lot of people will agree with me when I say that it is one of the best new comics of at least the last decade. It is smart, it is funny, it is completely whimsical, and it's just some great weird space fantasy. Now, so far everything I've mentioned has involved the exploration of alien worlds. That's not really the case with Hayao Miyazaki's epic manga and beautiful film, Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. It's set on Earth, it's just the Earth a very, very long time from now, kind of like Destiny or Horizon Zero Dawn. Interestingly enough, a lot of people drew comparisons between the most recent Force Awakens trailer and some of the opening shots of Nausicaa, which honestly I'm pretty okay with because it's a really cool movie. In any case, do yourself a favor and check out Nausicaa because it is absolutely amazing. In fact, it's so amazing that Mobius named his daughter Nausicaa after it. Turns out that he and Miyazaki were big fans of each other's work. Anyway, if I go too long without talking about video games, somebody in the comments usually gets angrier at me than usual, so let's move on. I think we're all looking forward to No Man's Sky, but I gotta mention it because it's given off all the right space fantasy vibes. The ability to shoot an alien dinosaur in the face, hop in an X-Wing and fly off to a distant planet is like the whole reason that video games were invented. Meanwhile, if you keep an eye on the indie game scene, you've probably caught wind of Hyper Light Drifter. If not, get a load of this neon beauty. It looks like somebody kit-bashed Secret of Mana, Fez, and Destiny. Can't really hear it because of my dumb voice, but this game sounds amazing. It sounds like a Sega Genesis full of pop rocks. It is just all the right bleeps and bloops. Now, while we're on the subject of crunchy bleeps and bloops, a lot of people were mad that French electronic duo Justice's album Audio Video Disco sounded more like 70s prog rock than danceable electro house music, but I love it. You should go check out the music videos for On and Civilization, which are both awesome, and the one for New Lands looks like a John Carpenter movie about the future of esports. If you want some psychedelic space music that's a little more aggro and a little less French, throw on Monster Magnet's 1995 album Dopes to Infinity. There's a song on there that's called Ego the Living Planet, which was based on an old Marvel Universe character of the same name, created by Jack Kirby. Funnily enough, another song in the album is called Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which a Marvel character was named after in 2001, and she's actually making an appearance in the Deadpool movie that's coming out next year. But would you look at that, it looks like we're getting into superhero territory, and that is a subject for another day. So in the meantime, what whimsical space fantasy and or psychedelic space opera do you think that everyone should go check out? Please recommend in the comments because I didn't list everything by a long shot. And hey, if you like this show, you should share it with your friends because that's how you get people to watch stuff is you share it with them, like I'm doing right now. Until next time, I'm Max Scoville. Take it easy, guys.
There you go. Now
back.
you learned everything about a thing.
Okay.
Oh, damn,
Yeah.
the rat's back.
Get
We
out of here.
We shouldn't have left out all that snack treats.
These are our marshmallow lightsabers.
One day we'll get
Rats.
a title card for that rat.
Carries disease.
We
His
really
name's
like
Ricky.
rats here. We've got more about rats coming up soon, but in the meantime, they did science again. What did they
Who
do?
let them?
Who did science again?
Why were they allowed?
They did science again.
It says studies up there.
That's
Tell me
right.
about it.
There was a study recently, and this might shock you, that found that quitting Facebook makes you happier. You know why? Because then you're not on Facebook.
Because Facebook is a planet of garbage.
I think
that
it's impressive to call it a planet.
Yeah.
Facebook is just like a flying Dutchman of all the terrible people
More
you
of a
knew.
vortex.
So, Ha Magazine did the story. They said researchers at the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen, yes, that does exist, decided to find out. They took a group of 1,095 Facebook users, split them into two groups. The first group were allowed to continue using the social network on a daily basis, while the other group were forced to go completely cold turkey, staying off the site for the duration of the experiment. The results are incredibly revealing. After 7 days, 88% of the group that left Facebook said they felt happy, as opposed to 81% of the group still using the site, who got jealous and angry and had to read a bunch of clickbait articles and see babies that were hideous.
Yeah.
Facebook is not...
81 versus 88% is not huge.
Yeah.
Like I wonder, like how many? It was 1,000 people.
Yeah.
There's a margin for error there. I wonder how much it actually affected people.
Yeah.
Ditching Facebook also appeared to reduce stress levels by as much as 55%. Why are
Okay.
people so stressed on Facebook?
Because their dads are all posting their political thoughts.
Actually, I think you're right.
and everyone can see it.
You're totally right. That's a big part of it. There's that constant. It's this weird like high school graduation where everyone you know is there, but no one can be themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's
Well,
kind of
I
hiding
mean,
from someone else. In
I
some
always
way.
say that Facebook initially was like a cool college party, and you're like, I'm gonna talk to girls on here. All my friends are here. We can plan a party. And then suddenly everyone's mom started showing up, and you're like, oh, this is like a graduation party. And then
Yeah.
suddenly there's just like coworkers and bosses, and you're like, all right, it's a barbecue in
Yeah.
someone's yard. I can't get drunk.
Yeah, that and the people you signed up with at the party are now moms themselves.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
like,
so-
check out this weird little picture of a thing they took in infrared in my tummy. It's a great picture to look at.
Yeah.
I think the thing that really frustrates me the most and causes me the most stress is like the number of people I know that genuinely believe that by reposting something on Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is going to give them like $3 million.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
And it's just like, I really just want to believe that my family and friends are smarter than that.
Yep.
And every time I see that they're not,
Yeah.
it like legitimately pains me.
Yeah.
I think obviously,
Legitimately.
like a big part of it is that people selectively use social media to only post the best thing that's happening to them, right? Obviously, because it's either that or you go on and you write any old thing, which is kind of the way Facebook started, where people would just be like, going to the gym, and I'd respond being like, okay, anything else? That's it? That was your update today?
Put
Or
up some
they'd be
big
like-
numbers, buddy.
They'd be like,
really
just-
wail on those pecs.
Yeah, right? Getting a ton of likes on that one.
Yeah.
Or they'd be like, just got home. And I'd be like, were you kidnapped? Because otherwise, that's not a story. That's just you coming home. That means nothing.
That's
I
good
think-
for family if they've got like aunts who want to swing by and visit. You know,
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
like literal aunts. I'm sure they don't really care either way. I don't think that bugs use Facebook, but like
No, they
you
don't.
know, like relatives who just want to show up out of the bushes miraculously.
So what's the longest you guys have gone without using Facebook?
13 minutes, 14 minutes.
About an hour or two.
An hour and a half.
Yep. Which is weird. Like,
Herman.
we know it's bad for us. We know that it's rat eating cereal off a table bad for you. But I mean, we still keep doing it.
I use it less and less these days, I think. And the main thing that I really use it for is there's really no better platform for
Racism.
racism, which is huge.
Big fans over
You
there.
know
They
how I
love
feel
that.
about racism. No, it's planning an event, getting a bunch of people in one
Yes,
place at
yeah,
one
I
time.
completely agree, yeah.
Facebook is literally the only way that I can think of where you can do that.
I think
Oh,
it's
I have so much fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so like I go so overboard. I make like incredible like graphics for like the header image.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Star Wars birthday party, and I like put Jabba's palace out, and then I put like aliens in front of it, but then I put like Bay Area landmarks in the background, and
the-
made my dog look like an Ewok.
And the event was somebody just pick me up from the bus station, please.
Yeah.
That was
You-
it.
I'd like
That
to
was
do that.
Max.
You guys are describing how much you enjoy Photoshop, which is a different.
But
thing.
no, but it's all part of it. And then I write like a press release, and I'm
Very
like,
different
please
tool.
dress up for my party.
Yeah.
That's all I want
No,
for my Star Wars birthday.
Facebook's awesome for groups. Like we have one for the comedy button, we have one for Beyond. Like the huge, the 10,000 people in
should
each of
have
those
one
things.
for Up
Like,
at Noon.
We should have one for Up at Noon. I don't really know if we're like a thing. You know, we
Are we a
are, but
thing?
we don't really have a theme. That's fine. We'll make it work.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
So look for our Facebook group Up at Noon very soon. It'll make you real miserable according to studies.
Yeah.
To bring that one back around.
Now, I like to go on Facebook and check what's trending. One thing that's trending is a new trailer for Michael Bay's latest affront to Ninja Turtles fans, the trailer for TMNT 2, Out of the Shadows.
I
Right.
have not yet seen this.
I have
Okay.
not seen this either.
Do we want to watch it?
Can we watch it?
Can we watch it?
Can we watch it and see
that
it
a
for
thing
the
we can
first
do?
time? We're gonna see it right now.
Probably
All
get
right.
like copyright
Okay.
flag. Oh, there it is.
Here it is.
Okay,
Can we
so
hear it?
one
Can we
thing I
hear it, or-
love, there's a rift in the sky opening up, which means Dimension X is back.
Holy crap!
What?
This is really cool.
This looks
What?
This looks like Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
No, shut up. So the turtles are here. They're wearing pants now because no one wants to see their danguses.
Wait, they have pants? Hold
Yeah.
on. Wait. Does it say they have a garbage truck?
Tartuga. It's a Tartuga garbage company.
man.
Yeah. So the pizza shooters here, which is their cool van that shoots.
No, they have the van.
They're using some clips from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was Ja Rule.
Bike ninjas.
Yep.
They're gonna get all those DVD players out
Foot
of the back.
Clan's back. Okay, so like let's get to the big reveal here. The big thing that everyone's counting on.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
hold up. They have a vehicle. I like that. That's
Yeah.
poetic.
Yep. What does it do? What does it do? It shoots. It
Pizzas?
shoots manhole covers.
Okay, manhole cut. All right.
Okay.
And ostensibly pizzas.
Okay.
Yeah. Sliding is back.
That's
Yeah.
good. I like
They
sliding.
hate Splinter again. He still lives in that rat
Who
sewer.
the- Oh wow, they did give them pants. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh good, she's back.
Okay.
Bad Boys fighting in office now because they
Yeah.
don't like that place.
Okay. This summer,
Uh-huh.
something's gonna happen. What is it?
It's Casey
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
This is the best.
Yes!
Oh yeah!
Oh, it's the man from Arrow.
Whoa! Oh,
It's
gonna
Ollie Queen!
Oh, and then Mikey's gonna come in and.
Oh God, this is so good.
Oh my! We can't even hear it. Oh,
Tyler
there's-
Perry.
Tyler
There's
Perry.
Tyler Perry.
You may remember him as the meteor from that dinosaur
Whoa,
movie.
Whoa! Is that?
That's
That was
back-
Bebop and Rocksteady in high school form. So we got Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's Baxter Stockman. He's going to bring the mouse robots. Whoa! Yes! 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 Awesome! Awesome!
Oh!
They got lips. Everybody's got lips. Everybody got lips. This is the best. Oh my God! There's going to be a belly. You can see
There's
a woman's
Britney
belly.
Spears video in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, this looks awesome.
Yes!
Oh, and it's
Lego
Joe
Batman's
Burns
back.
is there.
Yeah.
There's a river.
What is that? There's a tank in the river.
Oh!
The Rhino's
River
driving a
tank.
tank!
River tank. They shot the camera with the river tank. Unbelievable.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, Tyler Perry played every
Why
character.
wasn't
in
that the
movie.
trailer for the first one?
Oh my God!
I called it.
You
I called it.
morons!
So we haven't seen the movie yet. It might really suck.
That movie's probably
But-
gonna be real bad. But that's
So-
a great
so-
trailer.
That's literally all I wanted from the movie. I don't even know if I have to
This-
go.
this-
Hold on,
happening. This
middle
keeps
fingers up to Toka and Razor. We never need to see any of you ever again. Bebop and Rocksteady are here. They're the real deal. We're getting mutants.
I've been waiting.
Getting
like,
real animal
wow.
mutant boys.
I've been waiting like 80% of my life to see Bebop and Rocksteady in a movie.
God, it looks
That's
so good.
Awesome.
Dude, Dimension X.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's gonna be awesome. I mean,
That means they're gonna be Krang in that
There's gonna
movie.
be some
Krang's
Krang
gonna
up
They're gonna
in
make
this.
a brain inside of a big boy's
Oh,
belly.
he's in his. I fell off the chair.
Oh my
There
God!
are too many pits on this
I can't
stage.
believe it.
Okay, so I keep saying this, but I was saying that like the first G.I. Joe movie was awful because it was trying to ape a bunch of Hollywood action movies.
Yeah.
They were trying
Yep.
to make something that
Yep.
like was
Yep.
gritty.
Yep.
And it sucked. And then G.I. Joe 2 came out, Retaliation, and it's badass because it's got ninjas, it's got like stupid vehicles, it's got The Rock in it, Bruce Willis is there for no reason, and it's all just like all of the stupid 80s cartoon junk food baloney that I want to see. This looks like they're doing that. I'm so excited.
Dude, if the end of this movie is Tyler Perry turning into a half man, half fly.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's
He
gonna be
is.
great.
Believe that?
He is.
I hope the Rat King's
That's a
in
real.
there.
That's a real sentence you just said. Tyler Perry is going to turn into a half man, half fly in this movie.
Maybe.
And they're going to put that film in theaters.
Maybe that's the reveal that they left out of the trailer.
God, this is awesome.
I am pretty happy about
Okay,
this
so
trailer.
this opens up a portal to pretty much all the action figures I had growing up. There's gonna be that gecko. There's gonna be that rabbit.
my
There's gonna
gosh.
be.
I want Mutagen Man.
There's gonna be the giraffe. The Mutagen Man is disgusting.
Mutagen Man is a fish tank full
Ray
of body
Fillet?
parts.
Ray Fillet,
Dude,
Ray Fillet.
yes.
Ray
Alright.
Fillet.
Ninja Turtles rules.
Okay. So only 90s kids will remember Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah,
And it's back.
It is back.
Finally, it's back. Can I have some?
Why? Why did
No,
they? Why?
So here's the thing.
Don't do that.
You can have some, and you know why?
But they said it was back on the computer. What happened to it?
Fans of Crystal Pepsi have waited 20 years for this moment. It's
All
returned.
three of them.
The only way to win it
Dave Pepsi and his 2 children.
is in a contest.
Why?
13,000 people will drink this clear, wonderful juice from the gods
No,
in the 90s. 13,000 six-packs. So if those people are generous and they can share, then maybe we'll do okay. But there are only 13,000 six-packs being made.
That's 13,000 too many. And I
Really?
And I bought Surge when it came back.
You're not a fan of the Crystal Pepsi?
Crystal Pepsi tasted like garbage. Am I the only one that remembers this?
No, I don't remember it.
I
This
remember,
was
I remember a news story about how somebody was putting syringes in the bottles. Did I dream that?
What?
Did my mom make that up? I think that happened.
In the 90s, every story was about somebody putting syringes or
Yeah.
poison in something on the shelves of grocery
Yeah,
stores.
this
This
so
was a
you're
weird
probably
time
right.
because according to video games, trash cans had roast chickens in them, and then everything else had syringes in it, according to the news.
The 90s was a 10-year
One time I got
long-
lost in the city and I couldn't find my parents.
You had to
and
befriend
I-
a homeless
Yeah.
And I
bird wizard
opened up
woman?
a trash can looking for a whole honey baked ham, and I never found one.
Things got dark. No, the 90s was a 10-year long O. Henry bar with a razor blade in it. It was just a dark time for all of us.
Man,
But
that's
anyway-
Did you enjoy Crystal Pepsi? Is this what
No,
I'm
I
hearing?
don't. So I don't remember drinking Crystal Pepsi. Like I have no recollection of that. I think of the 90s, and I'm like, this was all great until it got awkward.
I think it was highly flammable.
I'm sure it was. It looks like gasoline.
Do you want to drink Crystal Pepsi? Do you want this to come
I
back?
want to make a clear rum and coke.
I mean, okay, that's a use case that I can get behind.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: if there was a contest I was going to win before I
It's gonna taste like
died,
Smarties.
I don't know if this would be it.
It's gross.
You know, I don't know if this is the contest I want to win.
Yeah.
Like if I could only win one contest. But if you're excited for Crystal Pepsi, you can try it out. You can try to win this contest. If you win 6, send us one.
Yeah.
And drink 5 by yourself in a bar.
Finder's fee. If you found out about this contest through Brian Altano,
That's right. Like
the fat Bruce Willis, you have
The
to send
fat
him
Bruce
one
Willis.
out of every 6 cans.
I like the I like the idea of the whole marketing behind it, because they're showing this like with this fake website that says it's back, and it's got like old gross fonts and stuff like that. But do you remember these things came in these little short stacks? Was that the thing?
Little dumb little ball bottles.
Because it's all the human stomach could take without regurgitating it. Is that what you're saying? Pepsi's actually doing some cool stuff, though. I like when they did the Pepsi Free for Back to the Future, or Pepsi
Perfect.
Pepsi Perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pepsi Free was a real thing.
Which I drank one at Comic-Con, and a lot of people got really mad for that, because apparently I was supposed to keep it in the thing. So I don't think anyone who wins this contest is going to send us one. I think they're going to keep them
Yeah, of
in a
course.
6-pack.
300 years from now, somebody
Yep.
comes out of a vault like Fallout, and your skeleton is just holding on to one of these crystal Pepsis because it's mint in bottle.
Did you say Skellington?
Yeah, it's a skeleton.
Yeah. It's a Christmas theme.
You find a skeleton.
Our question for
Fallout
you
is
guys-
mostly about skeletons, right?
Our question for you guys: what vintage snack or beverage do you want to see make a comeback? We've all got those.
PB
things
Max.
I want
PB Max.
I want to eat a Bonkers. I never had a Bonkers. Bonkers was before my time, but I grew up reading hand-me-down comics about Bonkers. They were like gummy. They were like fruit. They were like Starburst that had stuff inside them.
You
and
grew
if
up
you
reading
sent
ha-
away, they got little robot watches you could transform.
Okay,
Crazy ads.
You grew up reading comics that had bonkers ads. You didn't
Yeah.
read comics about bonkers. Bonkers didn't have.
I mean,
its
they
own-
had ads, but like you read the ads and like all that other stuff. Like
No,
I had hand-me-down toys.
I had Bonkers Force on my pull list. Whenever I go, every week,
Yeah.
they get it out of my box. They're like,
You
here's
say
your
that,
episode of Bonkers
I
Force.
will bet you there is a promotional Bonkers comic out there somewhere.
There probably
What do
is.
you guys think? Bonkers comics? Or what is the
threatening.
question?
What are you
What do you want?
asking?
Tell us what you think. Let us in your brains.
Are Dunkaroos still around, where you just dunk cookies into frosting?
Dunkaroos are still around, but they're clear now.
They only sell them at Big
It's
Lots.
clear.
It's
cookies.
crystal Dunkaroos?
Yeah, it's clear cream that you.
I have
dunk
some right here.
cookies
Would you
in.
like them? They're invisible. I want some Doritos 3Ds. Doritos 3Ds
It's
were
just
good.
petroleum jelly.
Doritos 3Ds? I
awful.
thought they did bring those back recently.
No, they made like weird.
But
they
they're
made, like-
clear.
they basically fried pasta. That was it.
All of the 90s snacks are still here. They're just all invisible.
Yeah. That's what a weird thing to say. All right.
When there was only one set of footprints in the sand, that was when the 90s snacks were carrying
That's
you.
when
Yeah.
Jesus was dunking a root.
We got time for one more awkward segue into something about rats. The awkward segue is them holding a rat.
Nailed it.
Rat game. Roll the rat game.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Up at Noon Challenge. I'm Max, that's Brian.
Hi.
We're playing Bad Rats.
What is Bad Rats?
I was on the computer using the internet to look at websites, and I found a website that said that this is the worst game on Steam. And we're a couple of dummy console babies, so we don't, like, I have a PS4. You have a PS4. You have all the other things. I don't have those yet. I'm saving up. But I don't get I can't even say it. I don't get the crap games,
No.
the toilet garbage games.
Yeah.
Steam has some amazingly bad games, and I'm a little bit jealous of that sometimes because I like to sometimes drink alcohol and make poor decisions, and it makes me sad that one of those decisions can't be buying this awful thing. Are you hearing this?
This is a real game. This is called Bad Rats. It's on Steam. It's definitely very old.
The music's getting
Man.
turned up.
All right, so I guess our challenge today is let's figure out what the hell Bad Rats is.
Yeah, let's play it. I guess
Let's play the worst game on Steam.
it's, first of all, the menu in itself is a challenge because it's upsetting. They're killing cats. And
I honestly didn't even know this was the menu. Is that English on the left?
Not really. All right, let's do...
All right.
Usually tutorial isn't considered a mode.
Wait, tutorial is
I
a
mean-
difficulty level?
I guess we should do...
Let's do easy.
Let's do easy. We're pretty good at figuring out how games work.
You and I are probably both
This is
sort
actually
of experts in rats.
It's funny. This is sort of what the reviews look like. Oh wow. It gets 1 out of 8 skulls.
This has a password.
Password 1. Wow. Hit the ball with the ball. Smash the cat. You're trying to kill a cat. You like
Okay.
this game already, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Brian hates cats.
I'm not a big fan. I had cats growing up. That's why I don't like them.
I have a cat in my house that is an annoying bathroom animal. Build a good ramp with the wood board to the barrel. Use the ramp. Okay.
All right.
Let's play
Wow.
Bad Rats.
Dude, this looks like a 90s anti-drug commercial. Like, the entire aesthetic here is very, like, don't do drugs, kids. What is happening? Okay, so you're trying to... So I'm guessing this is a physics-based puzzler? This game sucks.
Wow.
Wow. What? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, so I'm trying to get the balls. Oh, there's
Okay,
a,
that's
I
a
see, there's
board.
a board. Okay.
Okay, so no, put the crate... Put the crate in.
Am I?
Switch that with the crate.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. This is not a crate game. All right, now put the board on top. Uh-oh,
the
here we
music
go.
is kicking some
Butt
ass.
rock's kicking in, yeah.
Bad position. We're bad rats. We're good at doing that.
This is so bad.
What is happening? What is this music? Because it rules.
This is actually off of Kid Rock's first album.
It's like that they made a Kid Rock anime, which they should.
Come on, you damn rat. Oh, come on.
So close.
What the... Wait, you put everything exactly where it needs to be.
No, I didn't. I mean, you hear that cat noise? You move the cat?
This
So I'm
is
just
very-
trying to
so-
whack the-
So unsettling. Why is that there?
Maybe we should do the...
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Give it a little bit of arc. So, like, people worked on this game. Like,
I
they
mean-
didn't see their wives, like, some nights. Okay, that was awesome.
I kind of like this game a lot.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Look, it's got a guy in the background just drinking a 40. This music kicks ass. Next, more. Give
So-
me more.
What's so bad about these rats?
They're trying to kill cats. Like, I like cats.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why people don't like this. Hit the bomb with the ball, explode the cat. Only the ball can activate the bomb.
But it just always fascinates me that, like, people, like, this game has artists and musicians, right? Actually, they probably just went on, like, a royalty-free website for most of these textures.
Yeah, pretty much. So you got to get the balloon and the trampoline.
Okay.
What a mess.
Why don't you just walk down there and shoot that cat? Also, it's crazy how he's got a ball connected to his leg, like he's an old, 1920s prisoner. So the balloon goes there.
Bad position. You're telling me, dog. All right.
What is this art in the background too? A dog?
Kinda.
This game sucks. This game sucks so hard.
This game is. They didn't. Yeah.
This is probably, this is easily the worst game on Steam.
We couldn't actually get it full screen to still capture.
Oh, shocking that the people that made Bad Rats didn't program that in there. I don't. What was his name? Tractor what?
All right.
Okay, no, you gotta push that crate. Get that guy to push that crate into the bomb.
You can't. You can only use the ball to blow up the bomb. So it's got to go. Bad position. I don't know how to do the game.
This game is the worst.
Our producer is like, just get the ball in the.
This is such a bad game.
What happens if I just do this? Can you just blow up the rat? I want to see if that happens. Stop.
If this was the only video game that people from space saw, it'd be like, why do you guys make video games? This is a really bad game. Just stop. Just get us out of here. I don't even want to hear this music anymore. What?
I think it's a great game.
Oh, hi. Sorry, we were just playing that hot song you heard earlier on a
I'm just
royalty-free
like-
website.
I'm just like tilting my head like a confused puppy at that game, I think.
Yeah, it's a bad game.
That
Not
was
a
a
good
thing.
game.
That's pretty much the theme of this show.
Yeah.
We asked you a few moments ago what 90s candies you want to see return, and Andrew Cannon says we need Big League Chew back. It's like training wheels for oral cancer.
Wow.
And then we did some research and we found out
Hashtag truth.
Big League Chew never went away. Oh, that rat made a real big mess.
I would have thought that they would have pulled Big League Chew off, like at the same time they pulled Candy cigarettes.
Candy cigarettes, right? Because it's supposed to be like chewing tobacco that baseball players chew on and spit out.
Yeah.
Chris Moore says, I want tart and tangy Skittles and vanilla Teddy Grahams back. Sour Skittles are garbage. Shots fired, Skittles.
I don't remember Tart and Tangy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was a
Wow.
buddy cop film they sold in a
Tart
bag.
and Tangy, yeah.
Wacky time.
It was a two-person arcade machine where one person drove and one person ate Skittles.
Did they really discontinue vanilla Teddy Grahams? That seems illogical.
I hope they bring back Ninja Turtle pies. I love those disgusting things.
Aren't
It's
those
Paul
just-
Grimkowski?
Aren't those just
Grzmikowski?
like rebranded Hostess pies?
Yeah, but you need the green. You need
They
the
gotta have
green.
the slime.
Oh, okay.
All right, so last week we told you guys we had 6 copies of Just Cause 3 to give away, and guess what?
We blew 3 of them up.
We
launched them on a grappling hook into space.
We threw them down IGN's laundry chute because we thought it would be funny. Turns out it's a garbage chute. Our bad. Just kidding. We do have the winners of that contest. We asked you guys what the dumbest thing you've done in 2015 was, and I'm so happy that we have a great audience of funny guys.
We got hundreds of emails, which just like really painted a picture for how bad things are out there right now for this year.
I felt like a priest. It was like,
Yeah.
here's the things, and I'm like, that's not dumb. That's just awful.
You shouldn't tell me this.
Yeah. So let's start this out. S. Fertile, who had a weird name email, said, I rear-ended a state trooper with my car.
Wow.
That's pretty bad. You got to screw up pretty bad to be doing that. Also, that's something you can do with Just Cause 3, so now you can practice not doing that in a video game.
That's
Yeah, as soon as you get out of
changing
serving hard time,
Yeah.
you crook.
Paolo says, I was practicing basketball when I decided to try a 3-point shot. I had to look up what that was. I was heating up a bit, so I decided to get further from the line. I ended up missing the backboard and breaking a window of my house.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah.
Kobe!
From downtown. He's on fire.
Fire.
Yeah, no, I love the mental image there of somebody being like, all right, hold on.
He had a whole
then
lot of
just-
sports
But
stuff in there.
I like that he put in that he was heating up though, because he was like, all right, I'm feeling it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like,
Right to the house.
basketball going through a house window
All
is
the
like,
cheerleaders and models were going by in a bus at the time.
Yeah, of course. But like a baseball,
And his real dad and his stepdad looked over at just the same moment.
Of course. They're all like, well, we can agree on one thing. He's real bad at everything. But no, like I love like a baseball going through a window. It's like, it makes a noise and it makes a mess and it's bad. A basketball, that'll take out the whole effing window. Just a big mess. And
You
it's
know who would
scary.
have never done that? Air Bud.
Or any of the Air Buddies.
Yeah, that's true. They're good dogs.
Because the doghouse
Real
doesn't
good
have
dogs.
windows.
That's
you
good
dolt.
parenting on Air Bud's part.
Exactly.
All right, so moving on.
You win a game.
Ethan said, I went to a dress-up party in my little sister's Jasmine costume and ended up throwing up all over it. It was the next day I realized that the costume wasn't machine washable. My parents didn't like my explanation.
A whole new world. That is gross.
Yeah.
You really threw up on a Disney princess's costume for a little sister?
You know what? That
How
was
big are you also?
Sounds like he had a good night though.
That sounds
Big
pretty
is your
awesome.
sister?
Yeah.
Are you a small adult or is that a large
Don't
child?
ask somebody how big their sister is, you idiot. That's illegal.
Just give him a video game. You're being very rude.
How many basketballs tall is your sister?
You're not allowed to ask how many basketballs tall somebody's sister is.
That's a common measurement in most parts of the world. It's only America we use the foot. It's a weird way to measure things.
Yeah.
Okay, Quentin said, I was driving down interstate going 80, blasting Smash Mouth, and
Nope.
recording a Snapchat video of my wooden hedgehog bouncing side to side.
Hey,
Then I
you
swerved.
email me. Do you want to hang out after the show?
Do you have anything planned?
Yeah, I like you.
Then I swerved and hit a truck carrying a septic tank. It tipped over and literally poured, I can't say that word, all over my car.
Hey now, it's a poop car.
Apparently.
Got a poop car. Poop car.
So, yeah, you definitely want to, don't get poop on your video game.
Seriously,
Get
do
some new CDs,
This
dude.
one is especially special. Matt says, I shot my left foot. Week 2 of 6 until I can start therapy while I'm bedridden. Just cause will help. Just cause. Don't judge me.
This is a judgment-free zone, dude.
And then Chris finally said, I was setting up a water bucket
Totally
trap.
not.
Nope.
I was setting
Super
up a,
judgment zone.
I was setting up a water bucket trap on my front door for my girlfriend to walk into, but I locked the front door and forgot. So she went in the back door and seen the trap, and I left it for me to walk into after work. So you set a trap for yourself. I love it. Like,
How did you get the bucket of water and lock the door? This doesn't sound legit to me.
Yeah, and how many basketballs tall is that woman?
Yeah. We want verification.
I don't know. I like that one a lot. I think that's pretty funny.
All of you are awful. Thank you so much for playing.
We will be. What are we doing next week? We got something going on next week.
Next week we're interviewing WWE superstar Paige. She's going to come on down and kick our butts.
Wow.
We're actually going to do the show. It's going to be a very special Friday episode.
Yep.
But we'll do other stuff here at IGN to keep you occupied and entertained throughout the week, as we always do. If you subscribe to us now, you know that we put up something about 45,000 videos a day. So you can't miss it.
Yep. Real easy to find it.
Every subscriber gets free Dunkaroos and Big League Chew.
That's right.
Anthony, where can they catch you?
I do a podcast with Jeff Kanata 3 times a week called We Have Concerns. That's at wehaveconcerns.com. And on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/acarboni.
Yep.
And you've got a Indigo Kickstarter?
I got a Patreon coming up, so if you...
Yard sale?
Yeah, I've got a stoop sale. I'm really trying to just, like, feed my habit. No, if you... If you watch D-News or Rev3 Games or any of the other stuff that I've done in the past, I'm going to be doing a lot of similar stuff on my new channel. And if you want to support that, that's patreon.com/acarboni. Please.
And then head on over to Kickstarter and check out basketball measuring tape, which you can use to measure women using basketballs.
Yeah, costs $100.
$50,000 stretch goal.
Your
Anthony, of
BMI,
course,
your
is-
basketball mass index.
Anthony's going to be covering the Star Wars red carpet premiere.
Yes.
When is
Yeah.
that?
That is December 14th, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, StarWars.com. We're going to be interviewing everybody. We're going to have everybody
Awesome.
there. Me, Andy Gutierrez, David W. Collins. Watch that thing.
Killer. Next up, Naomi and Brennan will be continuing their scary playthrough of Until Dawn. Be sure to check them out right after this. Literally, you don't have to do anything. Just keep watching. It'll just start that.
It's
And
going
we are done
now.
here.
We did it!
And
Goodbye.
now.
We did it!
Goodbye.